Hello everyone, here we are in sunny Fort Lauderdale at the Biota Marine Life Center with Kevin Gaines, the co-founder, and we're going to go inside and take a look at what they've got going on here.
Let's check it out.
Kevin, this looks amazing.
Yeah, so we have quite a few broodstock from the clam farm. They've been spawning for maybe 5-6 years. So they rotate them out for some new genetics. So we're fortunate enough to get cultured clams that are 10 to 13 inches. So great for a store display or a big hobbyist tank or public aquariums especially. And then, the more common Duraceous sizes, which, 3 to 6 inches. They sell really well and more appropriate for your average home aquarium.
And these are all spawned and raised in Palau from the broodstock, right?
They are, yeah, actually. It's kind of interesting, they use serotonin sometimes to induce spawning. Sometimes you can just put them in the heat and then put them back in the water and they spawn. And of course, yeah, you just mix the genetics and, the Duraceous clam grows 2 to 3 inches a year. So, you get a higher settlement, of course. It's always the way in business, right? Lower dollar value clams going to survive better, have a little less color, but the Duraceous is a great clam for that. It's also raised a lot for sushi. And the colors and the mantles that you see are all from zooxanthellae, just like, your corals. And the clam regulates those zooxanthellae by expelling them and bringing them in. They can bleach just like a coral. And they do really well with moderate to high lighting, the Duraceous, and Maxima and Crescia really like the SPS type of intense lighting.
And the pictures, seeing the video of this before actually being here in person really doesn't do it justice in terms of just how absolutely stunning these are. And just the variation in the mantles is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's really like nature's art. You want to stare at them all day. It's hard to leave, but they do really well with the zooxanthellae. Makes those patterns, and they're all kind of unique. So that's why you start collecting clams. You get one, and then that one looks kind of different, kind of cool. That one's blue, that one's green, that one's a zebra. So yeah, you end up with a clam addiction.
When you're spawning them, I believe you were telling me that when they go to settlement is when they first start acquiring the zooxanthellae in the water,
yeah.
Right? So that's, you can actually kind of manipulate the colors that appear in the mantles, at least in terms of what you're offering algae-wise, right? Is that the case?
I wish it was that simple, but they used to sacrifice a beautiful broodstock clam, eviscerate it in a food blender, and then put it in with the veligers. That's the swimming phase of the tridacna larvae right before they settle. And they start uptaking the zooxanthellae to try to get them to become ultras or higher grade clams. Of course, genetics plays a huge role in that. The zooxanthellae selection is a little less discriminate. So necessarily if you use the prettiest clams and only use eggs and sperm from those beautiful clams and even zooxanthellae from those beautiful clams, you're not guaranteed to get a higher rate of ultra clams, which is why an ultra clam is so expensive, because it's literally probably less than 5% of the total spawn is an ultra.
Really?
Yeah.
So only five or less out of 100 that you spawn.
Exactly. So
and I don't see any of the ultras in here right now, right?
A Duraceous Ultra is not going to be as brilliant as a Crescia or Maxima, but sure, I consider it's obviously beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? I mean, some of the patterns on these Duraceous and stuff is Ultra to me. Others maybe not so, but yeah,
they all look absolutely stunning to me. I'm very jealous of your clam collection here.
I'll make sure to lock the doors.